Welcome to Treasure Hunt. Treasure Hunt is all about archaeological finds, digs, excavations that are going on in the Bible lands. And so today we're leaving the land of Israel and we're going out into the water. A little over 600 yards off the Israeli coast in the city of Netanya. We're in the Mediterranean Sea, and we are reporting on an undersea treasure trove of an 1,800-year-old Roman marble ship, a ship carrying marble. Israeli swimmer Gideon Harris made a once-in-a-lifetime historical discovery. Off the north-central coast of his nation, he found multiple tons of marble cargo from a Roman ship. A storm 1,800 years ago caused the ship to run aground. He was out there swimming. Now, this is a picture of what a Roman merchant ship would look like. They had several different models, but we picked off a couple pictures here just for you to look at. This ship, though, is quite long. This would have not a lot of cargo on it, not a lot of weight. If you would want to know how they did things, they would store them as such. In this case, they have pottery, but look at the very lowest level. There's your columns. There's your rock, your heavy stuff, and that would, of course, balance the ship better than putting it up even that next floor. Here you can see some of the find. This is one of the marble columns, and it sort of disappears into the water and the murkiness. We'll be giving you dimensions and close-ups on this exact one and some others in a minute. The winter storms this past year had uncovered this find. The Israel Antiquities Authority, we call it the IAA, had knowledge of the ship, but had lost track of where it had moved to or been covered. Basically covered in sand is the ship. Every time there is a storm at sea, and these winter storms come and they go, and when they're totally done, the IAA is out all along the coastline of Israel, and their divers are in the water because there are always ships that are being uncovered, that are coming up, that things are being even washed ashore. Treasures, gold has been washed ashore, gold coins. Kobi Sharvid, who is the director of underwater archaeology for the IAA, shares more of the background story. So here he is speaking, quote, "We have been aware of the existence of this shipwrecked cargo for a long time, but we didn't know its exact whereabouts as it was covered over by sand, and we could, therefore, not investigate it. The recent storms must have exposed the cargo, and thanks to Harris's important report, we have been able to register its location and carry out preliminary archaeological investigations, which will lead to a more in-depth research project." So what we need to be aware of is this is just getting underway. They don't have nothing big ashore at this point, none of the columns. And their goal will be to basically get everything they can, including the ship if it's possible. So I need to back up. Here are some more details about the ship and its cargo. There is estimated, and they'll be right just about on the money, 44 tons of uncut marble. It is of such a quality that it just wasn't used for any old building, but it was a possible use for a temple or a theater in Israel, or in some of the Philistine strongholds, maybe Ashdod as a possibility. Here's a couple of them right there. And what the smaller piece is, that's called a capital. That will go on the top. It's the ornament that goes on top of columns. They're called capitals. On the ship also were Corinthian capitals with floral patterns. They're the ornate tops on top of the column. That might give you a better idea, and you'd say, oh, I recognize something like that. and you would remember them on top of columns as they line the streets. Here is another one. This one tends to be upside down. So you can see the round side would want to fit on the top of the round column. You see other pieces of things that are broken off laying around. The IAA will pick them and know exactly what they are. There's another column. The marble columns are 20 feet tall and partially carved, very little carving on them. Here's a picture of that one I said would be back to it. And more so, there goes the tape out and how long it is. The hull of the ship sits approximately 660 feet off of the shore of Netanya. And I've blue arrowed Netanya, you can see on the map of Israel today. It is a seacoast city. It is a resort city, although it has lots of other businesses. You can see the area, two large semicircle beaches with breakwater for swimmers to go out into. But you can see how look at the depth and how the change of the color is even in the ocean and drop-offs and things. But before I go to the next slide, please notice the hill that goes up to the city. It's like a gigantic natural breakwater. So here's a better picture from a drone shot just right down a coastline and where the roads are, etc. But this is where that the waves would come and they would wash right up against that wall, and they would leave treasures from the seabed. Harris was awarded a good citizenship certificate for his find. Harris's find solved an IAA long-running debate between their land and sea divisions. The debate was a question: did the Romans fully carve their marble and then ship it, or did they ship it and have artisans finish or completely carve the marble on site? So I think you get the question: did the Romans do a complete project and then put it on the ship and ship it to the site, and then they just basically put it up? Or did they start and maybe do something to the column to get it started, then ship it, and it got finished on the site? Well, obviously, looking at what we did is the job was completed when they got it to where it was going to put up. So I want to thank you for being with me today, and may God bless you. And I encourage you to check the rest of my YouTube channel, please. We have lots of treasure hunts, but we also have lots of Bible studies, Bible quizzes, trivia quizzes, as well as Americana, some fun things all about America. And I'll just leave it up to you to give it a try. And would really appreciate it if you join our mailing list and check as one of our friends. And may God bless you. Thank you again for joining us, and watch for another one to come soon.